Hello friends, so in our previous videos we have already discussed all the fundamental rights. तो जैसे कि जो जो भी राइट्स थे फंडामेंटल, ठीक है, वो चाहे राइट टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हुआ, राइट अगेंस्ट एक्सप्लॉयटेशन हुआ, कल्चरल एंड एजुकेशनल राइट्स हुआ, राइट ऑफ फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलीजन हुआ, ये सारे राइट्स हम लोग कर चुके हैं एंड दे आर क्वाइट इजी। आर्टिकल्स वगैरह भी हम लोगों ने देखा कि आर्टिकल 19 टू 20, 21, 22 ये सारे किससे डील करता है, इसके अंदर क्या क्या पॉइंटर्स हैं, क्या क्या सब डिविजन्स हैं। सो वी इन द part 1 and part 2 of this particular chapter. So if you have not seen, then go and watch those videos. And please let me know in the comment section that if I am lacking out somewhere or I need to improve or something like that. So yeah, then when it comes to the third part of the particular chapter, then यहाँ पे हम लोग discuss करेंगे about all the fundamental duties, about the restrictions which are there in fundamental rights, and the significance of fundamental duties, that what is the importance, because we have learned that what are fundamental duties, why are they present, where are they present, and the different type of fundamental rights also we have learned. So now let us first start with the restrictions on fundamental rights. So there are certain restrictions on fundamental rights. Like number one is that if a president wants, he can if he can suspend the fundamental rights for a certain period during any kind of emergency situations. Okay, so we have seen several example also, like during the rule of Indira Gandhi we have seen, and after that such situations have not taken place, fortunately, but one or two times in our past we have seen that during emergencies fundamental rights were taken, even from the press, the right to information, the right to information which is given to press. Okay, so हम लोगों ने वो चीज़ देखा था previous videos में. Now second point, which is that the state may also deny some of these rights to a class of people such as the armed forces. Now see, fundamental rights, so जैसे कि हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था about the right to life and right to liberty. Now do you have you ever wondered that जो अगर एक सोल्जर है या ऐसा कुछ, so obviously he is a citizen, but क्या उसको सच में प्रॉपर्टी राइट टू लाइफ मिल रहा है? He is always under the threat of dying, like any time any war can happen and they have a threat to their lives. So are they getting any kind of right to life? No. So in such situations, for particular class of people, these fundamental rights are not approachable, they are not accessible by those particular group of people: paramilitary personnel, intelligence organization, police. So these people are certain group of people who are not getting full benefits of all the fundamental rights. The fundamental rights can be curtailed in order to maintain public order and morality. That means, why are fundamental rights made? Just to maintain public order and the moralities of the people. Now, these rights can also be suspended if the security of the state or friendly relations with other states, like states, is threatened. तो अगर किसी भी टाइप का कोई भी थ्रेट हो रहा है, क्योंकि फंडामेंटल राइट्स का बेसिक कॉज ही है कि ये लागू किया गया है या फिर it is applied in the world, in the country. फंडामेंटल राइट्स का जो बेसिक चीज़ है जिसकी वजह से बना गया है, जो बेसिक प्रिंसिपल है जिसकी वजह से बना गया, वो यही है कि वो मोरालिटी को प्रमोट करे और लोगों के बीच में एक काइंड ऑफ यूनाइटी लाए, राइट, कि किसी भी टाइप का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं होगा, तो इवन द लोअर कास्ट पीपल एंड दे विल बी ट्रीटेड इक्वली. तो ये जो यूनिटी लाने का काम है, ये बेसिकली फंडामेंटल राइट्स करता है. तो अगर हम लोग देखें कि अगर फंडामेंटल राइट्स की वजह से किसी भी टाइप का रीजन को थ्रेट है, किसी भी टाइप का फ्रेंडली रिलीजन बिटवीन एनी स्टेट और कंट्रीज अगर थ्रेटेंड है, तो उस केस में फंडामेंटल राइट्स कैन बी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड. Laws such as Preventive Detention Act, National Security Act, and Defense of India rule are made to safeguard the interest of the nation by imposing certain restrictions on the fundamental rights. यानी कि कुछ laws बनाए गए हैं जो कि कुछ ना कुछ सही ही है, क्योंकि कोई ना कोई एक्ट बनाया गया, कोई ना कोई लॉ बनाया गया, ठीक है. सो डिफेंस ऑफ इंडिया रूल्स ये सब, तो इन सब में क्या किया गया कि जस्ट टू प्रोटेक्ट, जस्ट टू सेफ गार्ड द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द नेशन, जस्ट टू सेफ गार्ड द पीपल, द सिटीजन्स, some restrictions have been imposed to the fundamental rights. तो इन सारी situations में हम लोगों ने देखा कि किस तरीके से fundamental rights can be restricted. Any president can do that, or maybe due to, because of the reason that it is creating any kind of threat to the friendly relations or other factors. ठीक है. Then comes fundamental duties. So now we have got some fundamental rights from the government, from the constitution. So we now have the responsibility of even doing some basic duties, which is compulsory to be done, like compulsory. And rights and duties are inseparable, because we know that if we are getting some rights, duties are something which we are responsible to do and maintain, right? So obviously, fundamental duties are something, some moral obligations which the citizens are expected to perform. The section of the fundamental rights was not a part of the original constitution. So these fundamental duties का जो part है ये originally constitution में नहीं था. It was through, ये सारा चीज़ जो है फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज वाला जो पार्ट है ये बाद में ऐड हुआ हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में. और ये कब इम्पोज मतलब ये कब ऐड किया गया? इन द 42nd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 1976. ठीक है. सो देयर आर सर्टेन पॉइंट्स विच वी नीड टू रिमाइंड, मतलब जो हम लोग को याद रखना पड़ेगा, because these are the fundamental duties which we are expected to perform. So, first of all, we should all abide by the constitution and respect the ideals and the institution. We should also respect the national flag and the national anthem, and that is the reason we stand up every time we hear national anthem, and we even salute and respect to the we even give respect to the national flag, right? To cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our national struggle for freedom. So obviously we know that freedom is not something which we got in one day. It was a continuous process for several years where several people have several inspirations. So we are expected to maintain those, and we are even expected that we should cherish those noble ideals uh, which our freedom fighters have fought to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. So, obviously, being the citizen, we do have the responsibility to maintain the unity, the integrity, and all the the sovereignty, the brotherhood. We do have the responsibility to not create any kind of riot or protest until and unless any kind of injustice has been done to us, because that is how we can maintain the integrity of our country, right? We also have to defend the country and to defend the national services provided when we are called, or when we are expected to do so. Okay, there is a kind of threat or something like that, so we are expected to respect, we are expected to defend our country in those situations, to promote harmony and the spirit of livelihood among others, among all the people of India. Does not matter from what religion people belong from, what language do they speak, but at the end we all are Indians, so we should have that sense of brotherhood among ourselves. To value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, we know that India is a very rich country in terms of culture. We know that India is a very heritage and culturally rich country, and we know that there are several religions, several culture, languages which have evolved here only in India. So being the citizen, we do have the responsibility to maintain the harmony and the spirit of brotherhood and the respect of those culture and religions, right? And as we know that, of course, हम लोग इंडिया में रहते हैं, इंडिया में नहीं, in any part of the world you are in, we do have some responsibilities regarding the nature. So it is also a fundamental duty that we should have some kind of respect, and we should protect the wildlife, the forests, the environment, including the forests, the plants, the rivers, lakes, and we should not make them dirty. It is our responsibility. Nowadays people are not following it, but it is wrong. We are living because of nature only, like because of birds lakes, forests, and like this. So we do have some responsibilities for them also. So we should care, we should plant more trees, we should make the lakes and the seas cleaner, and not make them dirtier by throwing garbages and all those sort of stuffs out there. Then comes that we should have some scientific temper, some curiosity, some spirit of inquiry in ourselves, some humanism. We should not we should not accept anything blindly. Rather, we should inquire that whether it is right or wrong, and then, because being educated, it's our first duty to do that. So anything which is happening, and that is also our one of the right which is provided by the constitution, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence. That means we should not come to violence. We should not create any kind of riot, protest, or violence until some injustice is there. Violence is a very, like, बहुत दूर का बात हो गया, ठीक है? So like that. Then we should safeguard the public properties. If there are any kind of public properties, we are expected not to be any kind of मतलब उसको बर्बाद नहीं करना, like any kind of thing. We should safeguard the public properties. Okay, we should safeguard the public properties. Then to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activities, so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. That means we should increase our excellence, we should work for our country, we should do something for our country, because that is how we, here is only we are getting the education and everything. So we do have some responsibilities that we should work for our country. We should work towards excellence. We should work towards excellence in all the spheres of individual and obviously a collective activity. And we should obviously we do have some responsibilities towards our nation. So when we are imparting education here and we are getting every sort of comfort here, so we do have some responsibilities for our nation also. So we should follow it. We should have collective activity, collective unity. We should work towards excellence in different fields. And even we should know that combining all those kind of fields, कोई भी कंट्री सिर्फ एक फील्ड में वर्क करने से डेवलप नहीं हो सकता है. इट इज़ रिक्वायर्ड दैट अ कलेक्टिव प्रोसेस शुड बी डन इन एवरी सिंगल फील्ड, सो दैट कोई भी कंट्री हर फील्ड में इंक्रीज करे, हर फील्ड में आगे बढ़े, और ना कि किसी एक या दो फील्ड में. ठीक है. देन टू प्रोवाइड अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर एजुकेशन, एंड इट इज़ ऑल्सो द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द पेरेंट और गार्जियन टू हिज चाइल्ड और वार्ड दैट 6 to 14 years तक they should be provided education. We also have learned it in right to information or right to education wala videos, that there are some institutions which provide, like, that is the fundamental right that a student should get. If he is studying in a state funded school, NGO kind of a thing, then he or she should be provided free education up until the age of 14 years, right? So 6 साल से 14 साल तक a child should be provided education, and that is the responsibility of the parent or the guardian to do so. So, and this was not originally present in our original constitution, but it is later added in the by the 86th amendment act 2002. So these are the duties, and we are expected to follow it out. We are expected to do it for our nation, as we are getting some rights. So as rights and duties are indispensable, inseparable, so we should have these kind of rights and we should follow it. Okay. So या इस वीडियो में हम लोग रेस्ट्रिक्शंस के बारे में पढ़े, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज़ के बारे में पढ़े, एंड देन कम्स सिग्निफिकेंस, दैट फंडामेंटल राइट्स का क्या सिग्निफिकेंस होता है. सो एज आई एम नॉट मेकिंग वेरी ह्यूज वीडियोज़, एंड ऑलरेडी ये वीडियो 15 मिनट्स का हो चुका है, सो आई एम नॉट कंटिन्यूइंग द नेक्स्ट पार्ट इन दिस वीडियो. आई विल ब्रिंग part 4, where I will where I will tell you about the significance of fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, very important, and sources, directive principles are non-justiciable, and these kind of stuff. ठीक है. और भी बहुत कुछ है. So we will discuss this in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.